How's it going, guys? Oddly Unorthodox back again. Something a little bit different. Hitting you with the Tomb Kings today. I did say I had some more undead games to upload. So I wanted to try the Tomb Kings, not a race that I've had particular amounts of experience on. But I thought I'd go for something a little bit different. You know, it's a casual 2v2. I like 2v2s just because I get to explore with whatever I fancy exploring with, and I think the battles are just more interesting to watch because there's more going on. You know, if I'm turtling one objective quite quiet, at least I can go see what my ally's up to. So just to slow it down, so when I first started, the starting forces I went for were 2 skeleton spearmen, 3 skeleton warriors, 2 skeleton spearmen, Arkan the Black on his chariot, and then also 2 squads of Ashtabi great bows, and then also the Chosen of the Gods. My ally has gone for sort of Chaos Knights, Be'lakor, who's a very hefty price to pay for your original army, Warriors, Marauders, Warhounds, and then we've got a wide sort of Skaven build. I didn't see these obviously because they're hiding in the forest, but what looked like quite an infantry heavy Bretonnian build. So I know straight away, realistically I want to push up for objective 1. I know I can't be seen until I move these out of the woods, but I haven't noticed he's just left his Ikit Claw standing there just minding his own business. So I move my units up here. I move up to get, as you do, you know, straight from the get-go, start spamming the Spirit Leeches, hit him with one already, and then I move my archers up so they can be seen, but Ikit Claw then realises that, you know, he's getting shot. Unfortunately I don't notice that my archers then continue to run up, but I decided there's not really much that can hurt them, so I want to go for the Warp Lightning Cannons next. You know, I've still moved my force up here. I know this objective's good as mine, and they're not about to stop me taking it, and luckily my ally was able to take down the bottom quite nice and easily as well. A misplay on my behalf, don't ever leave your Ustabi great bows all stood on top of each other, but you know, we are getting some damage. Not took out one yet, but it shouldn't be long until one dies. I do drop the resistance down, and then I'm taking a fair amount of damage, but you know, I'm thinking I should be able to heal back up with it once we get there. And you know, I'm starting to shut down the artillery. You know, you see one break there. Not long until the second one breaks, and he manages to get the Chaos Knights through as well, so we stop that. I do take a fair amount of damage on the return, but still 2 very healthy squads, 1 a bit injured, but still got 10 out of 12 models, so hopefully get a bit of regen that off the sort of Realm of Souls. And then the Bretonnian looks like he wants to move up here because he's decided he's going to take the fight versus me and try and take objective 1 off me. I drop in the Kepra Guard, you know, anti-infantry, regeneration, damage leaders, the real linebackers, especially against what seemed like a heavy Bretonnian infantry build, with the Grail Relic obviously, which received its buffs, making it somewhat useful now. And then obviously I then noticed this swarm of knights. I did think I clicked on the... Where are they? There's different ones in here somewhere. There, the Defenders of Fleur de Lis. I'm pretty sure I clicked those with the Soul, but I see on the Spirit Leech, but I seem to have missed. So he does manage to get all of his cavalry in, and I decide I'll push up and take the fight here, mainly because it keeps them off the objective. I don't want to fight on the objective. It gives me time to move more units up, because this is all just chaff. You know, as long as this buys me a couple of minutes just to get the sort of better infantry out in the sort of tomb guards and stuff like that. I have got an ace up my sleeve, something I haven't used before, but I thought I'd bring in a little bit later to see if we can get some good use out of it. You know, at the moment we're just being annoying with Arkans, sort of doing what damage we can. You know, 400 gold already, and I've not even really took any damage. We drop another one here, just buffing the Chaos Knights that fight in the Knights Errant. And then the Kepra Guard do get caught by the Knights Errant, but we should be able to sort of work through them. You know, we get the regen there, and we take this fight here. It's not a winning fight, you know, with the Prophetess there, the Grail Relic. It's not going to be a great fight, but it's keeping them off the objective. I'm just buying time. This is one of the biggest things that I can't sort of overstate to people. It's okay if you take fights that might be losing fights as long as you're keeping them off the objective. You know, there's a good bit of distance between them getting all that infantry on this objective, and it's giving me time to move, you know, the Kep Brigade up there. You can see I'm saving resources at the minute just for something big. They're still using magic to try and shut down the great bows, which I don't really mind. They're making good distraction carnifexes. They may not have paid for themselves, but they seem to be focusing everything on them. And this was the ace up my sleeve, which I hadn't used it before, but I thought we'll bring it out, you know, the old Sphinx of USEC. And we'll just see if it does any good. I do believe it comes with a few different benefits that the normal one doesn't. But it should be interesting to see if it manages to put some work in. As you can see, you know, it is a losing fight up here. The Prophetess is using magic, stuff like that to try and chill them down. But, you know, she may have 80 kills, but it's only 400 gold. And now the Kep Brigade are in there. The Kep Brigade are absolutely going to dismantle them. There's enough in here which is going to be able to deal with the Kep Brigade. Archon the Black is just chilling, popping spirit leeches, rubbing his rod, his old where is it? I know it's here somewhere, the name of it, the Staff of Nagash. And then I just want to get more sort of infantry on the battlefield now. You know, they could push the sort of middle with more cavalry. I do push up the Tomb Guard there to shut down the Clan Rats and to push back. They were chasing the Gas Rats, and then obviously I use my Ashtabi Summon to shut down the Poison Wind Mortars. They get a nasty sort of fight here, but a big thing to notice here is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squads, 6 squads, all fighting some Summoned Ashtabi that are not on the objective. You know, the Sphinx I decided to go punch the Prophetess for a little bit. You know, I don't think there's any way that I lose this fight here. It's quite a cosy fight. The Kep Brigade have run down, sort of push the advantage here. Keep pushing them, keep them off the middle, keep them off the top. You know, we may not have objective 3 at the minute, but we've got the other 2, and that's really all that matters. You can see he's going to try and sort of snipe objectives away from me, but Tomb Guards are going there. Got more Nakar Warriors coming up. Still got 2 squads of Great Bows that are just shooting into Ikit Claw. The thing I love about these units are they really excel in the fact that the enemy has to constantly be keeping an eye on what they're doing. If they're not keeping an eye on what they're doing, they're going to constantly be chipping away. You know, you can see they're already 1,200 on that one, 1,000 on that one. You know, more Nakar Warriors, Swordsmen pushing up here, and then we send the Sphinx back just to deal with these cavalry that are tending now to be a little bit annoying. I know that, you know, this fight might not be a winning fight, but it's not really going anywhere anytime soon. You know, that's the Summoned Skeleton Warriors. For those that don't know, you can tell which ones are summoned by Archon because they're 200. So it's a slightly bigger squad. We're sending back over now to go deal with the Grail Relic, because we've got Tomb Guard, we've got Nakar Warriors, and then we've obviously got the Necrotech coming now, which is going to go and sit on more Sphinx, healing him, just doing all the good little stuff that you need, you know, buffing him, just being genuinely annoying. But, you know, we do get caught by some Pegasus Knights here, but I don't really mind because I've got 1,300 gold. Yes, these are going down, but now these Ashtabis are picking off Pegasus Knights. And, you know, these are Pegasus Knights that, if we have a look, they've got 300 value in gold. You know, they've been absolutely chopped to pieces, which I'm alright with this. I'm keeping them off the objectives, I'm holding my objectives, and we're really pushing them back. So we can fast forward a little bit, because if I'm honest, we just push them off here. We continue to get some sweet animations. I'm pretty sure that'll be doing a lot of damage than what it currently is, being hit by something that big. Very cool unit for anyone that plays tabletop. Beautiful models if you're an absolute millionaire and can afford to collect Tomb Kings, or you've collected them since, you know, Jesus Christ walked on the earth. But hopefully, can't say it's gospel, but I believe they will be getting new models for when Fantasy returns. So it's something I am looking forward into. We'll be interested to get some new sculpts of sort of Tomb Scorpions and stuff like that. So we've got the Necrotect. The Sphinx is up here, just sort of... He's not making how much he's worth in the slightest. When you look at, he's still got 8,600 HP left, and I've not used a heal on him yet. You know, it's not bad. He's managing to put his bit of work in. You know, the Necrotect's going to work being anti-infantry. And I decided I was going to go do some drive-bys with old Archon. Yeah, he's not doing absolutely loads, but he's doing enough. Just to sort of be annoying and cause issues. That was not a great summon. It just decided to go in the way I didn't want it to go. But, you know, we'll take it. It's getting his gold value up. It's making him somewhat relevant. But again, can't express this enough. Moving more Skeleton Warriors up to this objective to make sure they can't take it off me. Just throwing bodies on the objectives now, because at this point they've got to take 2, maybe 3 to actually beat us. These Ushtarpic Great Bows have been alive for what seems like the longest time. And then I'm pretty sure I'd bring in, after these, this absolute skeleton horde that's just running on the map. It's a lot of skeletons. Just to further cement the objectives, make sure they don't get taken. As you can see, you know, the values are looking good. Beating our enemy by quite a lot. They're holding a lot of supplies, so I don't know if they're just not unsummoning units and resummoning them. But, you know, you're talking 3,600 there, 2,800 there. Whereas me and my ally, you know, we're really getting our units on 16 to 14 on there, 16 to 9. Especially when you're counting, you know, you've got clan rats over here, clan rats here, clan rats here, spear clan rats back here, here. There's just so many squads, warp lightning cannons that you could unsummon and then, you know, get back out again. But like I said, I'm just really trying to be as obnoxious and as annoying as possible. You know, make sure to push off those beast slayers. You know, the Kepregard 800 value. They've lost 1 model, and obviously they surrendered there. Let's now take a quick look back just to see sort of what I think did well, what didn't do so well. I'm intrigued to see how those beast slayers did. Not much value, if I'm honest. He didn't seem to get them off. So we got 1,300, well 1,400 on the Chosen of the Gods, 12 on what that squad of normal, nearly 17 on that squad. Yeah, the Spearmen, yes, they didn't actually do a lot. They don't actually cost that much, so I'll take that quite happily. 1,500, way under what I paid for him, but I just wanted to use him because he was so cool. Kepregard definitely did worthwhile. You know, everything seemed to do quite well at holding the lines. Neckar Warriors, they didn't really do anything because they just held the objective and they were never pushed on the objective. But I'll upload another game tomorrow, which I'm hoping should be a Vampire Coast game. Right, I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you very much, guys.